Hey everyone, this is Pastor Neil from Trinity. I hope you're doing well today. I have a couple of things to share with you about this weekend at the church, but first I want to tell you about a question I've been pondering this week. I received a copy of a magazine, this one right here, a couple of days ago. On the cover, at the very top is a question right here that's been haunting me. It says, "Will you trust God despite what you see?" I'm struck by the choice of words. It's not "can you?" or "should you?" or even "do you?" It's "will you?" It's a reminder that we have a choice to trust God despite what we see. And it suggests that trusting God despite what we see is not easy, especially when we see things like shootings in Charlottesville and Colorado Springs and Chesapeake. News of an earthquake in Indonesia where hundreds of people have died. An ongoing war in Ukraine. Deepening divisions in our society. Hateful and violent rhetoric and actions, and generally lack of peace, lack of God's peace, God's vision for the world. So will we trust God despite what we see? The season of Advent begins on Sunday, and we start our preparations to celebrate the birth of Jesus. I want to remind you that peace is one of the primary things of the gospel message. After all, Jesus is called Prince of Peace. If we take the promise of Christmas seriously, we believe that as followers of Jesus, we will embody the promise made in what's called Zechariah's song, which is found in Luke 1, 67 through 79. I encourage you to read the whole thing. It concludes with the promise of what God's Messiah will do, and I think it describes both our longing and our prayer. It says, "By the tender mercy of our God, the dawn from on high will break upon us, to give light to those who sit in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace." Those are verses 78 and 79. I think these lines are powerfully relevant in light of the hatred and anger and fear that leads to the horrific acts of violence we have seen recently and we see around the world on an all too regular basis. Something has to change, friends, and it has to start with us. The question is, will we trust God despite what we see? And will we allow God to guide our feet into the way of peace? This is a busy weekend at Trinity, and I'll be sending out more information for you. But I want to remind you that the Christmas trees are on site. Sales begin on Friday at noon and continue through the weekend. Details are on our website, as is a link to sign up to help. In worship on Sunday, we'll light the first candle on our Advent wreath. We'll hang ornaments on the tree. We'll begin our journey to Bethlehem. And I'll be starting a new sermon series. It's called Listen to the Angels. What we discover is that the gospel writers tell us what happens at Christmas, but the angels tell us what it means. As always, there will be beautiful music at both services and children's worship at 10:30. And this is the final Sunday to bring soup for Sheriff McLean. Our collection is doing well, but we can do even more. Finally, I want to wish you and your loved ones a blessed, happy Thanksgiving. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Take care.